Hello, sunshine. How art thou? How art thou? How was your week? How was your weekend? How did it do? Um, listen, I was gonna do another it was another topic, but my energy wasn't feeling that topic, so I changed it ASAP. I just wasn't feeling the topic right now. I don't think it's the right time to talk about it. So I just had to cut it. Um, I'm gonna do it. I just think right now I'm going to cut it and not even mention it right now because it is a lot of there are a lot of different things going on in the fiber artist world. So if you're a crocheter, knitter, a dyer, anything you do with the yarn in the fiber arts world, it's always some type of drama. It's always something that's happening that can either make you upset, it could get you on the bandwagon of something, and there's a lot of clicks. And the clicks are, either for you or against you. And the bandwagon, people who are only doing certain things just because they want to be on the bandwagon. That's basically what we were going to talk about, but I decided to change that and make it so that it wouldn't be just me talking. I'd rather have a panel. So that's why I decided not to do it today, but do it another time when there is a panel of us, like, myself and some other people. That's what I think is best. All right. So I ordered food, but I don't know why I woke up thinking it was a holiday today because everything was closed. And I don't know. I don't know. Have you ever woke up and you like, what day is it? Yeah, and I'm still trying to figure out what day is it. I even had the boy going to school next like this week and it's not till next week. Man, I just had it. But business. Oh, geez. Business. So everyone wants to be their own boss. Everyone wants to have money just flowing in and abundant life, traveling and whatever. The only thing is either you get it through inheritance, the lotto, or you're working hard and deserve all the money you get. The thing about it is, in my case, I have to work hard in everything I do. Every single thing from when I was younger all the way to now. I'm very blessed, but I had to work extremely hard. But I think the best thing for me is I have the ability to learn, to research, to invest more knowledge, more time, to invest more time, money, and my resources into knowledge. And I think that's where a lot of us go wrong when we're doing a business is we don't give ourselves the proper knowledge. So that's like the hugest mistake ever to make when you are doing a business is to not look into um your branding, not looking into the legal stuff like with IRS and stuff like that. Should I do my register my name? Should I do this? Should I do that? And a lot of people are so up in the air because they don't know what to do. So what you would ask someone, but you're not knowing if this person is going to give you the right information or not. And that's what I went through. I went through Google and I know now Google cannot help me with stuff with my business unless I'm using it more of a resource thing just to get some type of input or knowledge of opinions because that's basically what Google is, and that's a big mistake that a lot of us make because we go straight on Google. How do you register your business? How do you need to register your business? So you're only getting the information that are coming from the algorithm, which is a blog, a forum, it may be a business page. And then we also don't realize that the business is so broad that you may be getting information for a business that has nothing to do with your particular business. So that's the things that I went through. That's the things that some of you maybe had went through. And so that's why I decided to just research. I love researching. I love looking at webinars and different types of videos and talking to people, coaches. Like, yeah, I just love that. So I did a bunch of certifications. I did classes, workshops, different things that helped me move on to the next step because I realized I was stagnant. I was in a position where I just was not moving. I was just, everybody said, "You're good, you're so talented, you're this, you're that." But my money was still here. And in reality, it actually was lower than where I was because now I'm spending money I don't have on material and things that you need for your business, but you're not getting business. So my main concern and my main thought was, let me stop and go back a little bit and figure this stuff out. So the one mistake that I still to this day made that I wish I would have not, and that is my name. My business name is Creative Stitching Diva. But I really believe deep down in my heart that a smaller name would be very beneficial for me. And I also spelled, instead of AND, it's just N. So that has been an issue with people finding my page, an issue with people finding me, period. I also was told that having a long name is not going to be beneficial for me. But let me tell you something. I'm still making it and I'm still doing what I have to do with a long name. Sometimes I shorten it though and just say Creative Diva, but my brand is Creative Stitching Diva, and at this point in time, I'm not changing it. But that is one thing that I wished I would have changed before I did the LLC, the YouTube channel, the other things that I invested so much in. I really do wish that I changed that. Like even with my stickers, like it's just long. It's just a long name. So depending on what I get, it has to be the proper size so that you can actually see the name. And that's something that I have to deal with. That's just something I have to deal with because I'm not changing it. The next thing that I think that everyone should be careful from and learn from their mistakes is posting and wishing for a sale. Lord, I did that. So I decided to do, so I'm lazy. I have all of these things in my head, and to execute it, I'm like, yes, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And I think this would be hot and I could do it this way. The thing about it is, everything that I had in my head was a lot of work. And then I was saying, let me start off first with the Etsy shop. Etsy shop is free to start it up, and you just have to pay 20 cents every transaction. You could pay different amounts for your ads and everything. I pay a little bit more because I want my ads to go a little bit more. So I pay a little bit more. But in the beginning, I didn't want to pay at all. And so because I wasn't making a lot of money, I just tried to do everything on the minimum scale. That was my fault for doing that because I should have reversed it a little bit, because being that I wasn't known, I wasn't making a lot of money at all, I should have invested in more advertising. So take Facebook, Instagram, Shopify, Etsy, take them up for their little offers. Take them up for their credits or whatever. If you have a business page and they would say, we'll give you $5 off of this, Take it up, do the trial, see how it is for 30 days and see if it works for you. I realized when I did that, it worked a lot. Now, do you when you're on Facebook and Instagram and stuff, you see those sponsored videos. Well, these are the people that paid for those sponsored videos. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, they don't care how many subscribers you have. They don't care how many followers or people you have. If you want a sponsored video, you could pay for that sponsored video. And that's why I feel a lot of people think that, oh, this is a big time place. They're not gonna take me. That's not, or in my son's and what he say, that's cap. Yeah, that's a lie. You can definitely get a sponsored video, and you never know who's gonna see your stuff. So I did not a sponsored video, but I did pay for an ad in Facebook. And the thing about Facebook is, in the beginning, they would do just one post. So you were paying for each post. And this was in the beginning. Now you could do a little bit more. So it was one special post that I felt like I wanted to push. And I just needed to push so that everybody can see it, right? The same exact time, another young lady decided to do the same exact thing. I'm not going to say her name, but she was doing graph hands. She did not do what I do, which is making the actual, or did she? No, she didn't do the actual making of the graph. She taught how to do the like crocheting it. She taught that. And so I'm looking and I'm like, okay, this is cool. She's showing people how to do it. So this was her class. And the crazy thing is, what I was pushing was like a little tutorial that I was doing for something that I don't remember what it was. But I realized that hers was 19.99 and mine, I think, was $25 at the time. When you look at the two, you would think she is way more qualified than this black girl over here. And I mean, I'm not going to say race, but I'm going to say race. And the only reason why I'm going to say race is because ours was basically neck to neck. Because she came to me and she even said it. Ours was basically side by side. And what I was teaching was a little bit more than what she was doing. But I just felt like, she got like 1,000 people trying to get this, and it worked for her. Whereas I only had maybe 25 people that signed up, 30. It could have been 30. And I was so happy of my 30. I was extremely happy about my 30. The thing is, Miss Lala, Lila Duda, she did her thing, right? She did her thing, but it didn't work so well because I started hearing people talking about, this is a scam. I didn't get what I paid for, and blah blah blah, and blah blah blah. And I'm like, Lord, what is going on? So I asked, you signed up for hers because you wanted to learn how to do a graph in. Whereas me, I'm showing you how to do the graph in, the graph, and all of the above in my little tutorial. What made you go to hers? Because mine was $5 more. She said, no, I would have paid more than that. I just figured, she was well into, I'm not even gonna lie. She said well educated. And she said, I just figured, she was doing this for a long time and whatever. So I was like, oh, okay. So that's why I'm saying race. I only spoke to two people. Out of all the thousands of people, I only spoke to two people. So out of the two people, it was a race thing. And these were two African Americans. It was a race thing. The thing about it is, you have to pick and choose which one is beneficial for you? And they felt that was beneficial for them, except for they got scammed and they wanted their money back. I don't know what this lady is doing now. I do know I saw her post something like a couple of months ago, and she's still trying to do the same thing. Maybe she didn't learn her lesson, or maybe she still have those people who trust in her and feel like she's a legitimate business. I don't know. But that's where I started really like digging and digging and digging into this whole thing. Because my thing is, if I go on Etsy and you're gonna look at my work and I'm a black sister, are you gonna go to me or are you gonna go to someone else? I started looking into what can I do? And then it was a point in time where I would hide my face and I wouldn't even tell anyone my name. I would just put Creative Stitching Diva. And I actually started using me, like my face. They heard my voice, but they never ever saw a picture because I had another picture up. I started showing myself maybe 6 years ago, 7 years ago. But when I started doing the graphs and the GraphGAN tutorials and stuff, I didn't want to show my face. Even when I did the videos, I never wanted to show my face because I felt like no one was going to buy from me because I'm black and they probably felt like I'm not qualified and someone else in another color may be qualified. And that is where I believe a lot of us are at. Now, now I became I kind of stepped it up a little and decided I don't care anymore. Um I don't care at all. I'm showing my face because I noticed that a lot of people want to see the brand, the whole brand. So that was my main mistake, hiding my face, hiding my identity. I need to be proud. I need to know that people out there want to purchase from you, but they want to know who you are. They want to know who they're purchasing from. They want to know um, the brand. And Creative Stitching Diva is a brand. Shauna Givens is under that brand. So I need to show my face, be more active, show more pictures. And I think that we all like to see the people who we are purchasing from. If if I'm wrong, let me know. I like to see. I purchased this brand, Akani, and I get my little slick sides because it's an edge remover, and it's supposed to be that what you call it, that rub challenge. The reason why I bought it because I honestly really didn't need it. I use it now because I buy it, but the only reason why I bought it is because I saw so many videos. Their marketing is like fire. Their marketing is over the top. And I said, yes, I love that. I love the fact that their marketing is beautiful. It's a black owned company. You can see who they are. You know who they are. They're actual hairstylists. You can watch them do hair. So I'm watching, and because I'm watching it real time, I noticed that okay, this is really working. So when we do that and when we show our work, show videos, show that we're human, show that we have kids, we're business women, we have family, and we are alike. You and I are alike. We do the same things daily. But it's just that I have this business and I want this business to flourish and be um something that I can cherish. And that is why I feel showing your brand, showing you, and letting the world know that this is your brand and nothing is not going to stop you. I think that is dope. It tells your story and it makes people love you and want to be more active with you. I have a Facebook page, a Facebook business page, the groups, of course, the YouTube, the Instagram, the TikTok. I don't do a lot on TikTok at all. But all those platforms, I am so the same. You're not going to see any different. I am the same then, I'm the same now, I'm the same. And I think a lot of people find it authentic and genuine when they see that. You don't have to change just to get a sale. I kind of see that as being phony, shady. I'm not going to purchase from someone like that. So that's a mistake that a lot of us make. In the beginning, I changed my attitude. I changed who Shauna is. I tried to become something I wasn't. And I failed miserably because when you're trying to be something you're not, you have to keep trying and trying and trying. And I failed because that's not me. I'm not acting. I don't want to act. I just want to sell my product. That's a problem. So these are the things you need to look out for, especially when it comes to your branding, because branding is so important for your business. What else? Believe in money. Okay. Um, so my hugest mistake that I made financially was, if you paid me for a graph or if you paid me for a blanket, it goes into the same account. When it goes into that same account, I'm spinning it. I am taking it and it's mine and I'm doing whatever I need to do with it. As soon as I get it, if you give me a deposit, I'm spending a deposit. You give me the balance before I'm finished your product, I'm spending that. So by the time I'm finished your product, I gotta give it to you, knowing I spent the money already. So it feels like I didn't do anything. It feels like, dang, I spent the money already. I'm not getting anything. I just felt like that was starting to hurt me more because I couldn't see it because I spent it before I saw it. A wise woman told me, stop cutting yourself because you need to see how much you're making. You need to see where your numbers are coming from. I'm not a numbers girl. I hate math. I despise it. It's not something I want to do. I just want the money to come in the account and me spend it. That's it. Pay the bills and make it happen. That's it. You can't do that with a business though. So that's a main mistake that a lot of us make. In order to see your numbers, I now know those numbers help me to know where I'm at this month, where I'm at next month, where I was last year. So this time last year, I am at least, I am 30% more than I did last year. So 30% more that I have in my account from last year is a good thing. The thing is, my goal is to have way more than 30%. Each year, if I go up 30%, it's not going to get me to where I need it to go. So I'm trying to boost it up at least 50 or more percent. But it's still a good thing because the numbers are more higher than last year on all of the months so far. So that's a good thing. The thing about it is you have to see it. You have to know those numbers that I hate so much saved my life. It saved my business. It saved me from saying, I'm broke. I don't have no money. And that's one word. Don't ever use it. Stop using it. Because I used to use, I'm broke, I'm broke, I'm broke. I have no money all the time. I don't know if I wanted it for sympathy. I don't know if I don't know. I can't tell you. But I always said I'm broke. Always. And if you know me now, Law of Attraction is my best friend. That's the book that I use to keep moving my life on and keep smiling, even if I'm in pain or sad or whatever. So Law of Attraction is what get me to where I'm at now. I did a psychic reading. Disclaimer, that's just something I like to do. You don't have to believe in it. It's not demonic. It's not black magic. It really is not. It's just that I've grown up to actually have prophecies in my life that actually came true. But this time I really, because at the time I was going through a really, really, really bad time in my life, like depressed, 350 pounds, not doing absolutely nothing but sleeping all day, talking about, I want a business. So, the psychic said, what are your questions? Is my business going to be successful? Because that's 9 times out of 10, all of our questions. Is my business going to be successful? She said, well, once you get out of your own head, yes, you will be successful. I'm like, what? I'm in my own head. What? I tend to make things complicating for myself. I tend to overthink things. I tend to make it more complicating than what it actually is. And I think that's a mistake that a lot of us might do. I'll be in my own head saying, this is not going to work. No one is going to like this. When in reality, the least thing that I like is the most popular thing that other people like. It makes no sense to me, but it works. I'm going to keep using it. So that's something that helped me realize that I can be successful as long as I use those numbers. Those numbers that told me that graph was way more successful than what I wanted because I did not want to do that particular graph. But it was so successful, I needed to shut up and listen to the numbers. I'm listening to you guys based off of numbers. My YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is not going the way I wanted to go. Guess what? I wanted to quit. I didn't want to do this no more. We don't understand that. I don't think a lot of people understand that there are people out there making six figures and millions of dollars doing exactly what I'm doing. How they got there? Hell if I know. It probably was good luck. It probably was one viral video. But you know what I decided to do? Ask. I wanted to ask those people that you may not know. I wanted to ask those people that I just happen to see on my Facebook continuously with like $100,000, not $100,000, but 100,000 subscribers. I just wanted to know. So I hit up this one guy. His name is King. Last name is King. So I hit him up and I asked, say, I watch your videos. I'm just, curious. If you don't mind me asking, how do you feel about what you do? Is it something that you did because that's what you wanted to do, or is something that you was just doing to see if it worked? I also had the other question that I really wanted, but I just wanted to, tell him he's good and everything is great. But my main question was, how did you start getting viral? What made you get viral? Now, he actually was excited that I had contacted him and asked him a actual business question and not trying to hit on him. I think that was just him saying that. But anyway, he also was excited about the fact that I'm asking him something that he really wanted to talk about. He wants to talk about his good and his good. I'm not gonna say endeavors, but yeah. His good accomplishment on YouTube. He said that it was one video that he did a reaction for, and it was a viral video that not too many people had this particular video, but he was able to get the video and do a reaction for that video. It was viral, and from then on he would get a lot of other videos, and it just been a continuous thing. He said it was at one point in time where he would do videos like once a month, or twice a month. But he realized the more and more he started getting more subscribers and the more he started growing, he started doing it at least 3 times a month. Then it went up and went up. He finally realized if he put out at least 4 videos per week, because he said at first it was one a week. So that's 4 per month. He realized he could do it back to back. It's nothing to it. He didn't even have to really edit. So what he did was, and this is something that was pure freaking genius because I I do bitch about not liking to edit. So everything that I do, I try to scale it down so that I can make this live stream for you guys to see the live, but also have you ask questions while we're on the live stream, but then edit edit everything that we're saying today and make it into a smaller video so you could get the actual inputs. That right there is a masterpiece. You want to know what though? I hate doing it. It's so time consuming. If I can pay somebody to do it, I would, but I can't because no one knows how to do it because they're asking me to do theirs. But how he did his was he would do like 3 or 4 reaction videos straight back to back, back to back. So he's watching these videos and the videos are like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, some are like 2 minutes, 3 minutes. So he do the videos back to back. So he'll do all 4. By the time he's finished doing that recording, he just cut it. Like he said he doesn't even do a lot of editing on it. All he do is cut her video and he add his reactions. That's it. I'm like, that's pure genius. Because if I like right now, I got the master plan now. Right now, as I'm talking, I'm going to write the number that I'm at, the time. So it's like a timestamp. That way, when I do my editing to make it easier for me, I know where I need to go to the next topic. Like right now, I'm talking about the next topic. 31 minutes point 59. So I'm going to go up to that, crop it, and make sure that I have just that amount in there and write it down on the timesheet. The thing is, I just hate editing it. I just hate doing it. But as long as you have everything lined up, he said make sure you have your beginning lined up, your end lined up. YouTube makes the thumbnails for you. I don't like YouTube's thumbnails, but anytime you see like a regular screenshot of a video, that's the YouTube's thumbnails. Sometimes I don't like doing that. Um, I think it's just something that it's preference. But what he told me was pure genius. I thank him for that. And I even asked for a collab. How? Why? What? I don't know, but we'll figure it out. I'm Diva. I will figure it out. We're gonna do a collab. Maybe we could do a reaction video on something together. I don't know. But yeah. The other mistake is posting and wishing for a sale. I did that many a times. I would post and I would think that my post is going to sell itself because it's cute, it's nice. Why wouldn't it? Well, wrong. People be like, "That's nice. That's hot. I love that." They're not thinking anything about buying it because that's not what they want at that time. So, the most thing that even Mr. King did, as well as others, consistency. They may not want that. They may not want what you put out the next day or the next day. But because you're continuously pushing, they will eventually see. And I think I mentioned that many, many, many times. I've had so many people that I've been Facebook friends with the whole entire time I've been on Facebook. And they decided to wait until one day where they saw something that they really loved. And that's when I get an order from them. The thing about it is now, because all those years done passed, and now that I'm consistent, and now they see me posting something all the time, I'm getting orders like crazy because all those people are actually seeing things. A crocheter is someone that people don't need on demand all the time. It's not a demand all the time. It's a gift. It's a perk. It's handmade beauty. It's something that they may want. It's not a necessity. I think it is, but a lot of them out there may not. So you need to make sure you have every single thing pushed out there that you can do so that they can see it. Some people don't even know crochet from knit. Some people don't know that you're crocheting all of these things, and in their mind they're thinking, oh, that's knit. Push out as much as your products as possible and be consistent with it. If you can do it once a week, perfect. Even if you are bringing something back that from back in the days because you're not finished a current project, do that. It is very beneficial to keep your name relevant. The biggest mistake is we post, we let it go. We get all of the who's and ha's and it's beautiful, is this, is that, other crochet inspirations, other crocheters want the pattern, this and that, and then what? You don't get no money from it. So um I kind of get nervous when I put something out. I get nervous because I'm scared that I'm gonna get so many orders that I cannot do. So that is the next mistake. The next mistake is demand. And do you have the ability to keep up with your orders and demand? And that's something I just said, I do. I do. I'm sorry, 1 second. Uh, that's just something that I'm sorry. Eli. I'm sorry, I ordered dinner for the boy. The food downstairs. I didn't even see that. I'm sorry. I didn't even see that. She said I'm leaving. Hurry up, she about to leave. I'm sorry. So yeah, demand. The thing is just make sure that you are able to keep up your orders. I in the beginning didn't have a lot of yarn. Someone would say, "Can you make this baby blanket?" Blah 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 blah. I'm gonna say yes because I needed the money at that time. So I'm saying yes to everything. Yes, 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 yes. The thing about it is, I didn't have the yarn that I have now. I didn't have the graph or even the scale at that time to do it. I think I was paying someone to do my graphs and not making the concept of that graph that I have this person's making. This person said that they need it within the next 2 weeks, but because you need the money so bad, you need this money so bad, you take the order and not realizing you're not going to be able to fulfill that order. That's something that I did many times. And then I kept saying, I would never do this again. I would never do this again. And then what? I did it again. I don't do that no more. Absolutely not. I don't like telling anybody I can't do it, but I have to because I only have two hands and I have a family. I have a social group. I have these things that I have to make sure that I have time for. And that's something that I had to put into consideration. So if they can wait, then I can still do it for them. But I'm only giving myself no more than two a month because I was doing like 4 and 5 orders a month. But like I'm trying to not do custom orders as much anymore because I realize it's a strain on me. And that's why I'm always talking about having the 7 forms of income just in case you're not able to crochet. So if you're not able to crochet, knit, dye, spin your yarn, if you're not able to do that because maybe your equipment failed, maybe your hands are not working, it might be an environment, you might not feel well. It might be anything. Anything can happen. You need to have something to fall back on. And that's something I did not have in the past. So it was times where I went over the deadline. Customers are not happy about that. They don't like that. They don't like to be told, yes, you can have it done by this time, and it's not done by that time. So I would have to refund some money back. That's already a hit. I'm making too many hits. I promised I would never do that again, and I never did. I never did that again. Be late. If I had to stay up all night long, I would do that. But I'm never, ever, ever gonna miss a deadline ever in my life. Um, yeah, but make sure your demand is good. Make sure that you're able to fill your orders because that's counted against you if you don't. Make sure that you have all of your supplies. If you don't, get that deposit and buy your supplies. But to be honest, you should be investing in yourself and buying your most used yarn like I have. I have yarn everywhere. Um yeah, I have yarn everywhere. The thing is, how do I know? Someone asked me, how do you know what is the yarn that you're going to use? Because I actually told her what I'm telling you guys now. Buy the yarn that you need so that whenever you get a order, like I just got an order last night. And then actually this weekend I got 2 orders this weekend. And I'm like, listen, I told y'all I got a cutoff, but the due dates are not until the end of the year, so that's fine. But yeah, I said I already got the yarn for both of them. I don't even have to buy it. I may buy it just in case, but I don't have to buy it. So how do I have the yarn that I use already, and how do I know? I keep an inventory. The inventory is because in the beginning it was a mess. The inventory was a mess in the beginning, but I learned how to make my inventory work for me. So what I do is each cubby hole has yarn in different colors. So this up here is blue, down here is green, down there is like the ombre yarn, and then over here is white, black. So I have them all in different colors. My goal is to have them all filled up. So in each cubby hole, I could fit about 15 skeins of yarn or more. So as long as I have 15 skeins of yarn in each of these, I'm good. The thing is in my inventory, so the blanket that I just finished, I used a whole lot of deep red, a whole lot of gold, black, and white. But and with the black, I use regular black and sparkle black. So that's the twinkle black. Out of those colors, I made sure I had more than enough before I even started. So now afterwards, I gotta put in my inventory. Um I used one black. Did I use one black? Oh shoot. Yeah, I used one black, one twinkle black, and I used 3 deep reds, 1 white, and 2 golds. Yeah, I did that. So I will put that in my inventory book and cross those out. But once I get under a certain amount, so out of the 15 to 20 skeins that I have in here, if I get to 6, 10, and I'm gonna say 6 or 7. Once I get to 6 or 7 skeins, I gotta re-up. And that's when, like maybe once a month, I would put it in my phone to send me an alarm to say time to do an inventory. So I would do the inventory and I would look to see what I have, what I don't have, and I would start re up. 9 times out of 10, when I re up, is during a sale because Joann's have a sale around the same time all the time. Did y'all know that? Yes. So my re-ups is always around the time there are sales. And if it's a surprise sale, I will surprisingly just go ahead and buy a couple of them. That's all. But I know I'm always going to use white. I'm always going to use black. I'm always going to need red, blue, like the primary colors. I'm always going to need that. And then you have the specialty yarns, like the sparkling yarn, the fur yarn, the cotton. You have all of those. Those are the things that I don't need a lot of, but I want to make sure I have it just in case someone wants something like that. I noticed that um this is the year, this winter year, and this is when I talk about marketing. This is the mistake that I had made in the past. I did not plan my seasons. We are crocheters, knitters, um, sewer, seamstress. We do things that sell more during a certain type of season. Graphicans sell year round, but I like making hats and scarves. And my scarves, y'all know my scarves are banging. Everybody want my scarves. So speaking of scarves, I'm gonna have a dollar sale this week. It's gonna be dollars and $2 for scarves. So check that out. But when I do the scarves and the hats, the matching hats, um, I try to make sure that I do it around the time right before it gets real cold so that I don't have all these scarves and hat orders at one time. When do I start doing that? I start doing that about school time. So starting September, I start planning the colors that I want for my hats. So this year, I want to do a huge explosion of colors this year. So I decided I was going to buy the um the variegated yarn so that the hats look pretty. There are some beautiful different patterns. There's some pattern yarns, printed yarns, because Joann's have this new thing now where they have this printed yarn that is so pretty when you crochet it up. And then you have some baseline solid colors that you use with the variegated yarn to make your hat pop. So I like to do it that way because I'm gonna get my stuff out before y'all do. I ain't gonna lie. You gotta think about stuff like that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm going to do it in September because my hands are gonna be overloaded during the holidays. I'm going to start pushing out hats. The best thing that Gail did, if you don't know Gail, she's like my crochet sister. She made beautiful hats. Beautiful. And what she did was she don't even know what colors people wanted. She knows what colors that are popping. Her detail and her mind for colors is off the chain. So when she's posting her hats and scarves, people love it. They may not even have a coat to match it. They're gonna take it. So I decided I'm gonna do that this year. I'm gonna make at least 20 hats and maybe 10 scarves. And I want to sell those and make that happen. Then I'm going to do not just the regular scarves, but I'm gonna also do scarves with the grass can. Hey, hey boo. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do hats, and the reason why I'm changing my marketing this year is because last year I didn't make a lot of scarves or hats at all. But this year, being that I'm cutting down my blanket and my customized orders, and I really couldn't do a lot last year anyway. Now that I'm thinking about it, because I had got sick. But now I'm starting. So as of next week, I'm gonna have a new class. So the current class will be over soon. And the next class, I'm going to do a graphic hat. So I'm going to be teaching how to do a graphic hat. And that's what I'm going to do next, the graphic hat. So we're going to be doing hats, like hats and hats and hats and hats. And I think because we're doing it early, it's going to be off the chain. And people are going to start looking and needing. And because you're doing it in a timely manner, you may not be overwhelmed during the holidays. Do you do that, Disha? No?
I usually do it at request. I might do some that I just throw out there, but mostly at request.
So it was one year I did a mommy and me. Majority of all my sets was mommy and me. So when I did the mommy and me, it was a hit because I didn't see too many people doing it. It was a mommy and me hat and scarf set. So I would make the hat and the scarf for the mom and the daughter. And then all these moms and daughters that started coming out of nowhere. Do you have this? Do you have that? Can you make this? Can you make that? And it was like, yeah, I could do it. So that is something that I kind of stuck and held on to and decided, okay, so around every September, I'm going to start doing something different. So last year was the mommy and me. This year, I'm going to do nothing but bright colors because that's what I never did before. Like Gail do the bright, big colors that we don't even think about. So when I see yarn and I see, can I make a hat with this? I'm like, no, that's not going to look right. But she would take that same exact yarn, pair it up with another color, and it's like, oh, you did that? With what? Huh? Yeah, it was one year I gave away all my printed yarn because I was like, I'm not gonna like it. Then she started banging out all of these hats, and I'm like, oh, why did I do that? So yeah, this year that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be on top of it. Now is the time to get your puffs, your furry puff, your pom poms. By the time I started doing that, not last year, but the year before that, they were sold out. I go to Emmy, what is her name? Emma Sue. Emma Sue have the beautiful, beautiful fur pom poms. Her fur pom poms are like white with pink, or like white and yellow, or black and yellow, or black and like they're so pretty. It's not just that one color, and it's like a puff of color. And the color that Gail would use, it would match the color of the pom pom. So I decided that this year, that's what I'm gonna do because my hats I could sell $25. And if I do 20, I guarantee you I'm going to sell all 20 of them. I am going to not do a Graffian hat, but I will do like the Graffian scarf because I could do a scarf like I could knock them out like really quick. I love doing scarves. I think the scarves are quicker than the blanket.
The Grafkin scarves?
I could do them way quicker,
Okay, I'm gonna have to.
way quicker.
I can't work on.
I think it's because you're doing 30 stitches and you're doing it in 250 rows. And I think in the beginning I was overwhelmed because I'm like, oh my God, 250 rows. The reason why I say that is because I'm not going to lie, I do easy graphs. If I'm going to crochet it, I try to make it as easy as possible and as simple as possible so that I can do it really quick. I have a habit of making things really detailed. So when I make stuff real detailed, it takes me a little bit longer. But if I make it simple but cute and masterful, it works. So that's what I'm going to do this year. I'm going to cut down on the details and increase my colors. And I got the perfect marketing, the head, the mannequin head to use. And if y'all don't realize it, but y'all could get those mannequins for $5. Did you ever get that, Disha? The mannequins? Because I got mine from a Sally Beauty Supply store for $5.
My sister gave me one because she works at what's this the store? Um,
A clothing store?
is it Salvation Army? I forget which one of those stores.
Goodwill?
There you go.
Ugh. So she bought
Goodwill.
you one from Goodwill?
She got me one from Goodwill. And
That's the That's a good idea. There's some places on online that you could get them too. But I only paid $5 for mine.
And sometimes when I like the places when they're closing.
Yeah. Yeah, when Kmart closed in my area, they was selling the huge ones. They was selling the kids and everything. In the beginning, they was selling it for like $200, and I'm like, I'm not buying this for $200. But they did go all the way down when nobody was taking it. They did go down. I think I bought one, but I wound up not. I bought one, but I wound up not even bringing it home because it was cracked. And it was I couldn't even get my money back because it was sell as is, and I didn't see the crack, and the crack was cracking even more. I was so upset. I was so upset. But yeah, they do definitely sell them at the oh, and I got this one. If I tell you where I got that one at, don't judge me. I got that one, and it's a man one too. It's a lady and a man, and I got that from somebody's garbage. I knew the garbage though. Well, not know the garbage, but I know the people that lived in the house. The thing is, I didn't know the people that threw it out, but I knew the people that lived downstairs. And she said, "Oh yeah, that's the my neighbor's kids. They in the fashion class, and they threw those out." And I'm looking at
Oh,
it, I'm like, "Ain't nothing wrong with them though." I mean, they wrote on it. You can't tell, but it's a lot of nasty stuff on there. You just can't tell from here. I had to take a marker and like do this to some of this stuff because it was some crazy. I'm like these nasty kids, but I could use it though. I could use it. So yeah, don't knock the garbage. Just wash it off. Don't knock the garbage. I got one from a hair store when they discontinued
yeah.
it. Yeah, that's what Sally's did. No, Sally's actually sell them. Sell them. Ah, thank you, Peachy Peach. We need to get you back on here because you have so many more beautiful ideas. Let me tell you something. Busy Peach is on the move. Every time I turn around, I'm seeing this content, that content, and I'm looking like, OMG, how did she do that? I'm still trying to get my stickers up there on IG. I'm not an IG chick at all. I don't do IG like that, Instagram. I don't think Instagram like me either. But yeah, I think that her marketing is dope. Is really good. It's on point. And I actually congratulated her today too because they someone acknowledged her, for all the great work that she does and how good her marketing is, and I love that. I love that about us. Hello, how art thou? Aren't you working? Aren't you working?
Yeah,
Yeah, so
um
huh?
me and Tiny finally watched Cruella this weekend, and I thought of her.
I know, right? Every time I see Cruella or think of those Dalmatians, I think of Peachy. I do, I swear. I think of Peachy and I think of that that bag I did. Oh man. Send me your graphics so I can make your absolutely, absolutely. I sure will. 'Cause I actually found a way to do it, but it's not that everyone can do. It's only me. I can only do stickers for me. But if anybody else wanted to use it, they can't because it's only for my phone. I really don't know how or why, but it's okay. I want marketing that's gonna take me over and beyond. And so that's why Busy Peach is like really good because her marketing, you would never know that she's only been doing it for a year, the indie dyeing for a year. Dyeing yarn, I'm thinking if I didn't know her and see from beginning to end, I would have thought she was doing this for years and years and years and years. But her marketing is like spot on. And that's actually what we was just talking about too, is marketing. And my mistake for marketing is not having it during the right time. I think of things during that time. Like last year, during Christmas, I thought of having um a Christmas skirt, like a grafkin Christmas skirt, and I wanted to do patterns for it. But I thought about it literally 3 weeks before Christmas. And I'm like, dang, Shauna. So I write it down and I was like, okay, it's game time because I have all these different things. October is right around the corner. So I have to get that pattern that I said I was going to do last year. I got to get it out. So if you have an idea, execute it. Do it months prior so that when it comes up, you could just push it out. And that's a great market for the holidays. It's a great market for a specific day or month or a year. And that's something that I had to learn. It was a huge mistake on my part because I used to go crazy trying to make all of these things right then and there. And here it is, Christmas is only a couple of days or a couple of weeks ahead. I was like, I'm so over it. And I could have made so much money if I would have just thought ahead. So I think it's best if you think ahead of time. So, like I said, I have a calendar. I have something called Todoist, and I use Todoist to tell me everything on a yearly basis. So just the other day, my phone went crazy telling me it's time for you to do that Halloween costume pattern. So now it's time for me to do it. But you want to know something? I did. It came out. I think it buzzed me like maybe last Saturday. And because I didn't listen, I guess, or I forgot already, it buzzed me again yesterday. So I set reminders as well. But my reminder is for another 2 weeks. So in another 2 weeks, after I finish my current project, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, I was just saying I need to start making my nephew and my goddaughter their Halloween costumes for pictures
But Christmas stuff on the calendar to make in March.
in March.
So I can't do it in March, but that sounds like a good idea. I don't know if I can do it in March, but I do have on my calendar to do Christmas stuff like August, September. March, maybe 6 months ahead of time. I don't know. I think, you know what? I think it's also preference, but that could be a good idea. It could be a good idea. Yeah, that could be a great idea. So that's a mistake I had made in the past though. You don't want to do your holiday things right then and there when it's the holiday. Especially if you try to make patterns and stuff and you think people would love to do this pattern for Christmas, but you only giving them 2 weeks to do it. Somebody may not be able to do that. So I'm gonna do it months ahead. Also, those thigh highs. It's thigh high season. Get out with the thigh highs now and don't wait until when everybody started doing it. Get up on top before, it's a whole flood full of different people doing it. But not just that, too, because we all over the world. So it really doesn't matter if everybody's doing it all at the same time. What mattered to me was I have a specific style. My specific, am I saying specific? My specific style is really different than everyone else's. I tend to do things a little bit more complicating. The thing is, that particular style that I want to do, I just want to give to my customers. And so when you start putting it out, other people starts to want to do the same thing. So I think doing it prior would be beneficial. Yes, it's a preference. I procrastinate, so I have to give time to. Right, right. Yeah, because it gets done by the summer. Right. See, I told you Peachy be on top of her stuff. The other mistake that I had made,
Can y'all even hear me?
yeah,
Hello.
how art thou? My other mistake that I made was um I didn't listen to critics.
Did he?
What?
I didn't listen to the critics.
Not you.
Exactly. This is why I'm so into it now. Back in the days, I felt a non crocheter should not tell me what I'm crocheting, how I'm supposed to crochet it, what it's supposed to look like if you don't know anything about crochet. So I didn't take too kindly to that. And I actually was blocking my own blessings because a person came up to me and told me something that was very valuable. But at that time, I was younger and I just thought I was so smart and sassy and everything. And I kind of blocked the blessing because this person wasn't just a customer. This person had a platform that could have helped me. But because I had a smart ass mouth, I blocked my own blessings. Don't do that. Don't block your blessings. Listen, it may be beneficial for you to listen to the critics. The critiquing of your work can also help you. And that's a regret that I am so mad at myself for not doing that. No. I'm so upset with myself for not listening because she was a non-crocheter, but she was a customer first. And she was telling me things that can benefit my marketing and things that can benefit how I am doing my backgrounds and pictures and stuff. Her thing was, I would love to buy this. And then she started asking questions. Can you take a picture of it on the other side? Can, do it? Do you do this? Do you do that? Like, she was just asking questions that I feel it was necessary. Now I feel it's necessary. Then I was like, she's just being complicating. But back then, I don't know. I just wanted to sell it. Um, she didn't like the background that I used, which was a sheep. And back then, I used a sheep. I did. That was my background, a sheep. But she said that did not show her how the hat was, the the front, the back. And so that was a huge mistake that I made multiple times after her. Multiple times I did it, not learning from the lessons until one day somebody said, "You need to get it together with your pictures." And that's when I said, "You're right." And I decided to get it together with my pictures. So that's something you don't have to be a photographer. You don't have to go all out with your photos, but make it look nice, make it look decent, make it look like you would want to purchase from you. Because when I went back and I looked at all those pictures, they were kind of dark. They didn't show the actual um like the quality of the work that I did, the texture. It didn't show that. I don't like filters either. I can't stand when I want to purchase something and you got all this glittery sparkle stuff and it's tinted. Why? If you're going to sell something, people want to see what they're selling. If you're going to put all those filters and stuff, do it for one, but actually do another photo without it. Filters are going to filter your picture. It's going to take away from the beauty. Don't do it. That was a no, I never made that mistake because I didn't really like filters. So I never made that mistake, but I do see those mistakes. I do see them. I did mention consistency. Regular posting helps your Google, Facebook, Instagram, and so on. When you keep posting over and over and over again, they tend to keep putting your name up. I notice if I think I mentioned it on one of the what are you doing? Why are you looking like that? Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
you.
laughing at Keisha.
What
Oh,
Keisha?
I'm laughing because those comments, that's a me. I need to be more consistent.
I thought she was talking to
Oh,
me.
I'm
Oh,
talking to whoever
both of us.
feels that they need to
Both of
know.
us.
Anyone who needs to know. If you're not consistent, how can you expect Google or Facebook or Instagram to keep pushing your name up in the algorithm? They're not. When you go on Instagram and you're on the For You page, which picture is going to show up there? I didn't even realize that like my picture showed up a couple of times, and people think that the For You page is if you have thousands and thousands and thousands of likes. No, the For You page is based off of you and what you're looking at when you're going into Facebook or Instagram or something like that. Because it was a point in time where I thought all of those pictures were pictures of thousands and thousands and thousands of likes, when in reality it really wasn't. It was just for you and what you are looking for when you are on that specific platform. Yeah, because I kind of took it and made it seem like, and I made a whole big stink about it too. How can this person be on my For You page? How can this person, like, she only have 200 followers and this ain't even that cute? Yeah, I went in on the little kid stuff, and yeah, I went in, like, in. And yeah, somebody bust my bubble. Like, girl, take it down, take it way down. It's because you must have looked up something that she may have had that hashtag under, and your algorithm is like pushing her there. Doesn't necessarily mean that she's popular. It just means that IG may think that what she made may be for you. And so I had to think about it that way. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I think that was another mistake. Yeah, this is actually the last thing, but I'm gonna mention it now, being that I'm just talking about that. Jealousy and being envy of someone or something is a mistake that I made, and it's a mistake that can cost you. That actually cost me, and it didn't cost me money. It cost me more of um, genuine friendships, or maybe a conversation that I could have had without belittling someone. It was a lot of growing up I had to do, a lot of growing up, because I noticed that there were things that I went off on that there was no need. It was things that I would see someone post and I'm like, oh, that's really nice. But why she got that many likes? When I posted my thing, I didn't get that many likes. I noticed back then when I did it, it didn't help me any. It in reality, you could look at it and it's supposed to give you inspiration so that you can push yourself up and get yourself on a platform where you feel like your business is going to excel. Instead of me using that information to do that, I tended to damage my brand. I was damaging my brand because I was so envious and so jealous of things that I did not need to be jealous of at all. It was two ladies who had a graph class. Well, not class, but they were doing graphs. And the two ladies were like on it. And this is when I first started learning. They were on it, like um selling like crazy graphs and making it happen. And I'm like, wow, I want to be like them. I want to do this and I want to do that. But they also was doing it for so many years. And I'm like, I just want to be on that level. The thing is, they worked for it and they was able to um, get to that point because of the work that they put in. Meaning, I said, I'm automatically good. I'm automatically the bomb. I don't need to work. And I had to humble myself. And thank you. I love your transparency. It helps us all grow. Man, so that's the reason why I do this. Because you don't know the back end of people's stories. You see all the good stuff on social media, and you see all of the things that you like, well, if she could do it, I could do it. And I used to do that all the time. And that's why I did this platform. I realized that, man, I'm Shauna, you're Adisha, you're Shay, you're Busy Peach. Like, we all are individuals and we all have a great creativity that we could do and use and sell and make money. It's so many different things out there that you could do. I need to stop and get off of my high horse and just live life and be happy that I'm actually able to do this and able to have a seat at my own table, because it's a big crystal table with a lot of thrones and stuff. So I need to be happy.
With what?
Thrones.
Oh, I was
I'm
like,
a
why you got
diva.
drones?
Oh no, I'm a diva. I have to have thrones, Lord. Now you got me saying
Saying
drones.
drones.
But that's I you don't understand how much growing up I did. I don't know, maybe it just took me like 40 years, but I think, and I don't know if this is the truth, but I'm going to share from my opinion. This is my opinion. When I was working as a nurse, LPN, when I was an LPN, I did LPN for like 13 years. When I did it, I was on my ish. Like, I was a damn good nurse. I was helping with babies. I was doing surgical procedures. And I would just take different courses just to, so I could make a little bit more money. I was doing infertility. Like, I was making it. And this is my dream. I've always wanted to be a nurse or an LPN or a physician assistant. I just always wanted to do that. And everybody said I was just so mature for my age. I was in my early 20s. Everybody said I was so mature for my age and that I'm so good. Even still to this day, my patients love me and want me to go back, but that is something I would never do. I noticed from that point on, I got depressed. I stopped working as a nurse. I became disabled and I realized there's a lot of stuff going on in me that I needed to fix. So when I jumped on board to crocheting and the whole graphing thing, I was in a bad time in my life. I was not only in a bad time in my life, I was depressed, back and forth homeless, bad relationship. So all of these things took into account of my attitude, how I felt towards others. My mouth got me into a lot of stuff back then. So when I'm about to cut you off. Yeah,
What I do?
your face. But back then, because of what was happening here in my household and in my surroundings, I took it out on others. So my business was not successful because I'm too busy worried about Hook and Sandy over there and what Hook and Sandy is over there doing and Lisa Stitch a lot. I'm worrying about them and I'm worried about really Coco. I'm worried about what they're doing and how they're doing it instead of worrying about what I am doing. So these are the reasons why I stress and I stress the fact of it's not just maturity because I was in my 30s. It's more so of mental health. My mental health at that time, and I didn't even know, my mental health at that time caused me to be put in a lot of positions where I'm yelling, I'm talking about beating people up, I'm talking about doing this and doing that. And that's because my own household was a mess. And when you are talking to someone else and you feel like a lot of things that they're saying is like, what's wrong? What? It could be because they have a lot of stuff going on in their household. It could be that, you know, it's a mental problem. It could be depression, bad relationship. You don't know what someone is doing behind that computer screen. So the best thing that I do now is, hello, sunshine. How art thou? How can I help you? Is there anything I can help you with? Is there, how are you today? What are you like? That's when I started the sunshine thing because I knew how I was feeling. I knew how I was doing, but no one else knew that because I didn't want anybody to know what was happening in my household. So that person may not tell me exactly what's happening, but because I asked, "How are you? Hello, sunshine. How was your day? What can I help you with?" Because I passed on that, that may get that person's day to be a good day. Then it can help you in the long run with your products. Your customers are not looking at you sideways. They're not thinking that you're mean. They're not thinking that, I'm not dealing with this person because something wrong with her. I love the I love the sunshine because it could be someone who looks really mean and I'm like, "Hi, sunshine." And then they'd be like, "Hi." So the power of words, law of attraction, I just think that it's hand in hand and it will help your business. No, ma'am, I hate when people ask me about them. Deaf to thigh. Ah, you must be back there. um, I only did 4 pairs of thigh highs last year, but they're quick, so I don't mind making them. They're really quick. I can make them in a day. I did
I
the
want to make a
branding.
pair.
I made the I have
What
a
is that?
problem with people's designs. If you don't know what I mean, it's because I'm always divifying something. So if it doesn't look like something that I want, I will divify it and make it into something that I feel I would like. So I figure, why don't I just do my own damn patterns? Because some people don't know how to make patterns, but you won't know unless you just jump out on faith. Because to be honest with you, I learned how to make a pattern in the same years that I was learning how to crochet. I learned, I don't know. It's just, I think this was just meant for Coco.
Okay, so it wasn't me just bugging. I'm like, is her
That's
screen?
Coco.
Oh, okay.
She's trying to get comfortable on my desk and moving my screen because she's not comfortable.
Coco does it better.
Jeez. Like she was really pushing too. And she looking at me like, leave me alone, lady. But yeah, that was one thing that I really think that I needed to focus on. And that was my attitude. Customer service, attitude, all of that. Coco, if you would just move, you wouldn't have to worry about the wire. That is the one thing that I needed to focus on is that was my attitude. My attitude needed to change because you can't have an attitude and think that customers are gonna just buy your products. You can't do that. Let me see. What is else? What it else? What it else? What other mistake did I make? If there's any questions, you can ask your questions because I think that is oh this is I did what's your question, Elijah? How many mistakes I made? A lot. I can't count them, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 8 on my paper. um, though So one other thing that I actually didn't, I touched bases on it, but I didn't elaborate, and that is I think it's the time management part. The time management part is a whole conversation on its own because everybody say they don't have enough time. The thing about it is we all have the same amount of hours, the same amount of days, the same amount of weeks, and the same amount of months. We all have, it's just a matter of how you use it. And the biggest mistake that I always made was I got an extra day. I got an extra 2 days. I don't gotta do it today. I can do it tomorrow. And I'm just gonna stay up all day tomorrow and finish it because today I just don't feel like doing it. That's just that. And that. So yeah, that was my hugest mistake that I made for like 2 years straight. And I always found myself in the situation all the time with me saying, I will never do that again. I will never do that again. And then I always do it again because I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. At the time, I needed the money. So I would bust my behind to try to get all those orders in 1 month because I needed the money. But now I'm decreasing it. And the reason why I'm decreasing my orders now is because I feel like I make more selling grabs or I make more doing my other business and I would make more doing the other things rather than custom orders because my custom orders is going to take so much of my time, my hands, and then you got a person, is it ready? Is it ready? Is it ready? Is it ready? And that bothers me. That bothers me. I don't like to do that. And yeah, my name is Shauna and I'm a procrastinator.
Annie said, procrastinators unite tomorrow.
I'll get the labels and the coffee. But I don't even drink coffee, but I know at the meetings, the NA meetings, we need PA meetings. Procrastinators Anonymous. I am a procrastinator, but what I've learned within the past year or two is it's not going to make it so. I need to just do it. Even if I did 20 rolls per day, that 20 rolls per day is way better than trying to do 100 rolls in a day because you got to get it done that next day. I want this business. I want to make it way beyond where I'm at now. So in order for me to do that, I need to just do it. I am at I'm not going to say it. No, I'm not gonna say it. But my next goal is to get to 6 figures. So being that my next goal is to make 6 figures, I can't play around. And that's my mindset. My mindset is I need to get to 6 figures. I need to get to this. I need to get to that. And in order for me to have that mindset and actually do it, you gotta do the work. I was in pain all week last week. That's why we didn't have the mentor Monday or Sunday. Did we? No, I don't know. I don't think. Yeah, I was in
Today is Monday.
pain.
Today is Monday.
I know. I was talking about last Sunday.
I knew that.
I didn't do it. I didn't do it yesterday either. But
Oh, that's right.
I
Last week I was
was
out of it.
in pain, like pain to the point where I was crying. Like my mom was like, "You never cry. You just deal with pain." And that pain was just so bad that I just couldn't take it no more. So it's gonna be days like that. And because it's gonna be days like that, on the days that I'm well, I need to just do what I need to do instead of procrastinating. And yeah, like I wanna make enough money so that my kids don't have to worry. God forbid something happened to me. I don't want them to have to worry for anything. I don't want them to do no GoFundMe memorial. So I got life insurance because that's what we supposed to do, right? We're supposed to have these things, not GoFundMe. People shouldn't have to do that. This is things we have to do as an adult. I didn't have one years ago though. and that was because I had cancer. But I finally found one that was able to take me, knowing I had cancer.
And you send me that in the side.
Huh?
Well, forget. Send me that in the side.
Oh, the
Oh,
life insurance.
like, huh?
Yeah.
Oh,
Thank you. Because I won't remember.
my I also wanted to make sure, like, the college is taken care of. These are things that we don't look at. We don't look at, having a house and a car that you don't have to pay a car note on, like a high car note or high car insurance. Like, these are the things we don't look at. And so, because I am looking at it, I am thinking about it, and I want to live by an example. I want my kids to not have to worry about it. These are the things that I have to do. And so, if I have to bust my butt and do things while I'm in pain, I have to do it. And it's going to be a day where I don't need to do this because I'm already where I need to be. So as long as I work hard now, I don't have to work harder later. I think that is it. Finito. This is more general, not just fiber artists, but this is more general. So if you have other businesses, because I know some fiber artists have other businesses besides crocheting or knitting, they may, you may sell makeup or, lip gloss or something like that. So this is more for anyone. I think the most challenging one for me was the time. Yeah, it's the time management and procrastination. That was the one that took me the longest to try to figure out. The longest. Consistency didn't become it became more of a habit once I said, if I do this, I'm going to get this. If I keep doing this, I'm going to keep getting that. So when I realized the consistency, so I'd like to play mind games without people knowing, right? I play mind games because I knew what I needed. I knew what other people needed to do to me to make my mind keep wanting to keep pushing. So I decided to do that Tunisian cow. There's so many different cows out there, crochet along. There's so many different crochet alongs out there that we want to do. The thing about it is a lot of us don't finish it. So I wanted to do something that people wanted to do, but I also wanted them to finish it. So all of the other ones that I did in the past, it was not successful. I may have had 3 people finish it. I may have had like 4 or 5 other people that at least got to the middle. And more of the other people just didn't want to do it at all, or got sick, or someone passed. Like, it was always something. This one is the first cow crochet along that I ever did that is more than half that is doing it. Whether they're finished or not, the fact that they're doing it was a great thing. And to get them to do that, the mind games that I played was posting it. So they saw, they didn't know I was doing it, but they saw me post their work. And then you see, that's beautiful. That's hot. Oh my God, this is good. When you going to do the next class? I want to do that. When you see that, you get like a rush. Like, well, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do, well, let me hurry up. Because I noticed the more I kept posting, the more I started seeing more pictures. The more I kept putting it up, the more I saw more people say, I'm going to do it. When I get home tonight, I'm going to do a couple more rows. So I think that was a win for not just for us, but for them, because people love to see your work. And if you can see the comments, and see how many people are saying how good you're doing, you're gonna want to keep doing it because you know I may be able to make some good money. Do you know how many people order Sherelle's tote bag?
Her back
Do you
is
understand
dope.
That boss bag,
Dope.
that that
baby.
that was dope? Do you know how many orders she got? And
Dope.
and she didn't even think she could do it. She didn't even think she could do it.
And
So that spoke volumes
I
on
see Kelly.
yeah.
Kelly moved up. Kelly passed me. Kelly girl.
But let me tell you, Kelly didn't even start. She kept saying, I don't know if she was scared or what, but I kept saying, Kelly,
Start.
just do your work. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. I just kept saying it. Just do it. Just do it. She did it. And it looked beautiful. So I'm like, what the heck was you worried about? That's our issue. We're nervous and we scared of trying new things. And we're thinking, oh, I don't know if I could do it. I don't know. Because if I came straight out and said we was gonna do a bag and we're gonna do embellishments on this bag and you're going to do this, I don't think anybody would have paid me no damn attention. But the way I did it in bits and pieces because it was an option. It wasn't something they had to do. It was something that I felt like they wanted to do because they wanted to see where they can lie, like if I can really do this. And that helps a whole lot. So not only did it help them with their business and their skills, it helped me with people saying, well, I want to learn too, because you must be a good teacher if you got my cousin to do this. I'm seeing all these comments saying this stuff, and I'm like,
And
okay.
Lakeisha, wait, did I say Lakeisha's had a crown?
Yeah, but she's not finished. She's almost finished, but she's not finished yet.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm just
So,
saying.
so true. And I think I spread myself too thin trying to do everything. Oh, yeah, I definitely do that. I definitely do that. But that's why I do my to do list. And I also have an app. I actually just downloaded this app not too long ago. I didn't use it yet, but I'm going to. It's called Later because it's gonna post everything that I do like all together. What
You
are you
ain't had
showing?
your journal.
She been had that journal.
But I'm using it.
But you been showed it.
No, but I'm actually using it for business. Like I'm putting how many rows because I got the orders. I got my order going on. So I'm putting how many rows that I want to do per day. So that like I know exactly when I should be finished. Even though like I say 3 weeks, I should have actually been done. But I have until the 9th. But I'll be done before. So I'm being responsible.
What made you decide to like not with who what help did you get to get you to that point of writing it down?
You need to start writing down what you need to do. Wait, nope, nope, wrong way. There you go. I hate trying to figure this stuff out.
Let me tell you something. In the beginning, I didn't write nothing down. I had it all in my head, and I'm like, I could remember. And then when I needed it, I couldn't remember. So
I got too many
writing
colors
it
on my
down
brain.
has been a lifesaver for me. So that was my huge mistake in the past for not writing things down and seeing the numbers. Seeing the numbers help a lot. Seeing the numbers, writing it down. I know some people don't want to do it. It's extra work, but I needed that extra step to see what am I doing this month? How did I do last month? How can I make last month better? So if I sold more of a particular graph, I want to know, do I need to make more of that particular graph in order for me to make my numbers go up? What can I do differently to make more traffic go to my shop? What can I do differently to make more traffic go to my IG? Like these are the things I talk to myself about on a daily basis. I also invest in webinars. I invest because a lot of people don't do the webinars. You may do a free one, but to be honest with you, to get the best information, sometimes you might have to pay because if you're paying, the host have to give you way more than they would give if you didn't pay. So there's some that I do pay, and sometimes it's a pretty penny. But I'm thinking if I'm going to pay $99 for a webinar, I'm going to get a lot out of it. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But even the ones that I don't get a lot out of, I got something out of it. And my late uncle used to always say, because I used to say, I hate math. I would never use math. I don't understand why they making me do this math class. And he used to always say, you need to at least learn something. If you learned one thing in that class, that's something that you could use and use for something else. Even if you don't, if you felt like this teacher is not teaching, or if you felt like how she's going about things is the wrong way, it's got to be one or two things that you did not know that day before. And he made me think about that. So I try to like be SpongeBob and get all of the information possible. And I write it down. And that's how I'm able to do this. That's how I'm able to be a little more successful in my business. And my next goal is six figures. So I'm on point. Um, I'm not where I want to be financially, but is where I was not last year. Well, 2 years ago, I was not there. Have you ever been to the point where you was asking people for money like every other week? Like every other week until I get to my pay, can I borrow money? I was like that. I was literally borrowing money for the stupidest crap because I needed to get from this point to the next point. And I got tired of it. I got tired of saying, can I borrow? And then sometimes your list get lower and lower and lower because people don't want to keep giving.
Or
I
you
always
get a
pay
daddy
back.
like mine.
Well, the people who I would ask are people who know, I will pay you back. But it's get to the point where you don't want to do that. You don't. So it got to the point where I'm like, I'm not doing this no more. I'm not. I am not going to ask anyone for money at all. And I made that decision like 3 years ago, and ever since then, I have not had to borrow not a dime at all. Sometimes when you get sick and tired of something, you make moves, you make things happen. When you get sick and tired of
Sick
being
and
sick and
tired of
tired,
being sick and tired.
yes, honey, you get
Hmm.
sick and tired of being sick and tired, and you want to make a change. The thing is, in order to be successful, you gotta look at those people who are successful, who are making six figures and more. Look at them. What did they do? How did they get to where they at? They didn't just sit around wishing. They was doing something with their business. They made it happen. And that's the only way someone is going to be able to get to where they need to be. It's absolutely no way. I think it was one live that I did, and I was saying you need seven forms of income. Well, I was told by a couple of people that I shouldn't have told people that they should decrease their customizations. So to have your custom orders like crochet, I told them, and I'm still gonna say it, I'm not changing my mind because I don't care. I'm not changing my mind. I believe deep down inside you need to have seven forms of income because you cannot make a living on just crochet alone. You can't. How? How? How can you make a living on just crochet along. Anything can happen. You may not have your hands to use. You may not be able to do it because of circumstances. So why not have other forms to fall back on? Other forms of income that is there that you could still have money generated just in case you can't do the custom orders. Like I explained earlier, custom orders has got me to rushing. It got me to like being up all night trying to complete orders. Um, it's hours and hours and hours out of the day that I could have been using it for something else that, and then to be honest with you, I feel even if my blanket is $300, I feel like I deserve way more for that work I'm sitting there doing for hours and hours and hours. So I decided I'm cutting it down. There's no way in hell you're going to see me do 4 blankets in 1 month again. I will never do that ever again. I, right now, this very second, have 4 people that ask me to make them something that I don't know who they are, and I'm scared. I don't know who they are. Then I have 5 people that I know who they are who's asking me for an order. I have my sister asking me to do an order, a baby blanket. I have, oh wow, yeah. Oh wow. I have more than I thought. I have at least 15 orders.
Wait a minute. Flag on the play. Isn't that over the count that we thought we had for the end of the year?
What you mean?
Didn't we have a count?
You talking about per month? How many orders I'm gonna take per month? What are you talking about?
Didn't we have a count for the rest of the year?
Of how many orders I'm gonna do by the end of the year?
Yeah.
That's why I'm telling you. I am not I didn't answer them. That's what I'm telling you.
Ah.
That's what I'm telling you. I had to cut it. I can't do it. The only one that I'm actually going to do is the one that my sister want and one other person, because I said I'm doing it like 1 or 2 every other month. So I have one that will be due in October and one that's going to be due in December. Yeah. But I still have others that I did before the cutoff, but it's nowhere near if I took those other 8. It's nowhere near that.
Okay. Y'all see how
Yeah.
we gotta watch her?
Yeah, but if I'm gonna make money, I'm making money. You wanna watch me? You wanna be watching me make money? But no, I
know, Deidre.
told them though. I did tell them if you still want me to do it, it's just gonna have to go over because I'm not making the amount of money that I need to make trying to do 4 blankets in 1 month, especially these past couple of weeks. Now, what if I did take those orders? Because remember, I told you I had orders that people wanted me to do before, but I had to shoot them down. What if I didn't shoot them down? What if I said I was going to do those orders? If I said I was going to do them orders, I would have been screwed right now because I did a whole week without crocheting because I was in so much pain. I would have been so screwed. So I had no other choice. And I'm going to stand by what I say. It's no way possible you could live off of crocheting. You have to have other forms of income, especially passive. I love the passive income because it makes money without me thinking about it. I could make money in my sleep. I could go out. I could come back home. I'll have more money in my account. Passive income is the best thing ever. I just got my gift card from Amazon because I'm an Amazon associate. And instead of a check, they give me a gift card. I just went ham on it. I just bought a whole bunch of stuff. And guess what I did? I bought promotional stuff. So it was cheaper than I thought. That is the best thing ever that I did. The best thing ever. An ambassador for certain products is like, it's like perfect because you being an ambassador, you either get a huge discount or free supplies. I just got a free supply of something I'm doing. I can't tell what it is yet, but something that I'm going to be doing. I just got it So I just got to play around with it first, and then I'll be the ambassador for that. So these are things I'm not playing. I'm not playing. My name, my face, my everything is gonna be all over. And I'm sticking to GraphGAN. There's so many people out there that want to do it, and there's so many people out there that don't want to do GraphGAN. But those who are undecided, I'm gonna make you decide to go on this side, because when you
That's your
start
money.
seeing the stuff that I'm about to start putting out, it's gonna be, oh, I need to do this. I think that is where a lot of my future money is gonna come from. The classes that I'm gonna do, the workshops that I'm gonna do. If I'm gonna do a pattern, I'm gonna do a pattern. You can purchase the pattern. But I'm not gonna do a workshop on a pattern that I'm doing. I will do a workshop on the technique so that you could do it on more than just one pattern. So if you're gonna pay me for um like the tote bags, you know how many tote bags you could do paying $10, $15, or $20? Because that's how much everybody paid. $10, $15, or $20 for my they had a choice if they wanted to pay 10, 15, or 20. The class was free, they just had to purchase the grass. You learning the technique of Tunisian crochet, but you get 10 or 15 or 20 graphs that you could use to make multiple tote bags, multiple styles, multiple designs, multiple colors. That class is the gift that keep on giving. So you could keep making money on top of money on top of money just by that one class that you paid, that you bought grass for. That's it. The class was free. The next one that I'm gonna do is gonna be similar to that, but not exactly, which is the hat, the Graffian hat. And the hat is not gonna take long at all. We're not going to spend weeks and weeks and weeks at a time doing the hat at all. But this that I am doing is going to help you so that you can make money and you can sell, and you have different varieties and ways of knowing how to make this product. That's a win-win. I want to teach what I wanted to learn how to do, and I had to learn on myself. I had to learn on my own. So now that I've been doing it, and I've been doing it for years. So if you are going to take my class, it's not like you're going to take my class for something I just learned. You see my work, you see what I've done. I can show it.
Check my resume. Boo.
Basically, check my resume. And I think that is something that I looked into as well. If you are going to pay for a workshop, a webinar, if you want to do a class or something like that, check the resume. You don't want to learn from someone who just wants your money. They don't care. They just want your money. I think that is the best thing to do when you are looking for more knowledge, when you're doing research. You want to invest in someone that knows their stuff, like they know what they're doing. I did do a class with someone who just started, and it's not that I didn't learn anything, because I did. I learned something. The problem I had was I would ask certain questions, and they didn't know all of the answers to the questions that I was asking. And I thought I was just asking valid questions for that particular not web, workshop that I was doing. I was doing a workshop on was it creative content creators, beginners of content creators. So I'm doing the workshop, and I'm asking, you know algorithms and the tags and hash. I'm asking valid questions about that, and she's googling it in front of our eyes, and I'm like, I could have did that myself, boo. Like, I could go on Google and look too. I just paid you $50 for this information, and you going on Google? I didn't like that. So be careful who you give your money to, because you don't want to learn information that they're learning themselves because they just wanted your money. Be careful. Be very, very, very careful. Buyer beware. The yarn is expensive on Amazon? I wouldn't buy yarn on Amazon unless it's an emergency. It's a couple of times it was an emergency, but Amazon yarn saved my life a couple of times. Yes, it is expensive, but I do know they do have promotions. A lot of people just don't know about them. Yeah, a lot of people don't know about them. I'm gonna finish mine, sick or not. It was the bomb. It was bomb too. Aw, I hope you feel better. I actually saw your post and I couldn't respond yet, but I was actually gonna respond. I hope you feel better. I was supposed to do a class, not a class, like a club. Yeah, it's a class to teach kids how to crochet. And I wanted to do it for free. And I wanted to do it at my clubhouse, which is my club sisters. I'm in a social club. So I wanted to do something for them and I decided to table it. I decided to table it because I noticed that the numbers are just going crazy. Kids are going back to school. It was just so much going on. And somebody was asking, like, are you still going to do the class? Are you still going to do the class? And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do it. Let's just watch out for these numbers right now. It's not the best thing to do right now. Kids are already going to be exposed in school. So I don't want them to leave school and be exposed in that environment as well. No matter how many masks and stuff you wear, kids are going to be kids. So I just wanted to hold off on that until then. The thing is, because I said I wanted to hold off, I have haterators. People who are mad at me because I said that. And that took me for a loop and it made me feel so bad to the point where I said I was going to do it. But nah, I'm like, nah, I don't care. Be mad at me. I don't care. I don't care. And then one of the kids had COVID. So that really pissed me off. Because if I decided to do it, that person that was mad at me had COVID. And that was my thing that I wanted to not do. I wanted not to put the kids in a position like that. So my reason for saying that is my hugest mistake was being upset about something. Stick to your guns. I was upset, but then I noticed, why are you upset? You stick to your guns. You're doing this for a reason. Safety is way better than trying to do this. And if the class was free, I really wasn't getting nothing out of it. But even if they did have to pay, I'd rather refund than to do this and someone could potentially get sick. I
Refund
didn't want
versus
to do that.
doctor bill.
Yeah, I didn't want to be put in that situation. Nah. I think I did all of them, but there is one that I didn't talk about, and that was niche. A mistake that we all make is not knowing what niche they have before they start a business because you got to build your brand. How are you building your brand not knowing your niche? And then if you teach the class before it's safe to do so, you get sick, there will be no class anyway. Absolutely. I was like, I'm gonna just leave that alone. I don't care anymore. I used to care about what people say. I used to be so sensitive. I used to like feel some type of way, but I don't no more. I don't care. I really don't. I don't care. It is what it is. But if you guys don't have any more questions, oh, I didn't finish niche. Just do your find something. A niche is going to help your brand like way, way better than what you are doing now. Because a person who wants a demand of maybe baby clothes, they're gonna look up people who make baby clothes, and they're gonna go directly to you because that's your niche. But if right now you say I do everything, mm, What's your brand? I do everything. You can though, because I do. Like I told you, you could do a graph can. I specialize in graph cans, but I do everything. But I specialize in graph cans. So when I focus and I do my marketing, majority of my marketing and everything is graph can related. And now it's more, if you notice, more now I'm putting out little clips of my graph making. A lot of people kept asking, how do you do that? Like, I wish I knew how to do that. Or I mainly did it because people don't understand the level of work you're putting into a graph, the amount of hours. So this is the reason why I decided to do it. Plus, people kept asking. A lot of people love watching me graph. They just don't want to spend 2, 3, 4 hours watching it. So I would take that hour and a half or more and condense it into a 2 to 3 minute video. And I'm gonna do a lot more of them because I think that can be a great market for learning how to graph. And for you Diva Squad people, you guys got a lot of videos. Anybody's watching them? It's a lot of videos that I've been putting in there, and I see maybe 1 or 2 people watching them, but they are how to make graph videos. Like if I am graphing something and I feel like this can be a teachable moment, I will record it and I will send it to them.
Y'all better get up on watching them.
Yeah. I even did a video on which tool is which, and I did it in like 4 different videos. So it's not one long video. If you wanted to learn about the tool, the main tool, then if you wanted to learn about, the view tool, this tool, overlay tool, palette, I did all of that. 2 people watched. I'm mentioning it because take advantage of all that knowledge. You may not want to do it now, this very second, but take advantage of all the knowledge. You're paying to learn how to do this. You're paying for mentorship. You're paying for those who want to learn how to graph. I'm throwing information out to you, and you guys are not using it because I see it. And I'm steady asking. I'm always asking. Anybody else need help? Anybody want me to do this? Anybody need that? But no one says anything. So, and that's not a bad thing. That means that you know what you're doing and you don't need any help. That's fine. But I know one thing. Those graphs that was those videos, I would have been watched it and on it. I would have been on it. Because I'm going to be learning how to do this. Because that's how I learned how to graph. I was excited. I'm like, ding, I can make money. I could do my own graphs. I could do this. Man, when I learned, it was on and popping from there. So all those people that taught me, I'm over them now. Now they're asking me, how do you do that? How did you do this? How did Because when I have my mind set on something, I go and I run and I keep going over and over and over. So I've been doing it for years now. So yeah, just take advantage of that information because I try to put it out as much as possible. Take advantage of all the information that's given to you. Any information that I spit on this platform is for your benefit. So you could grow your business, so you could grow with your crochet, so you could learn different techniques. Take advantage. Take advantage of it because as of right now, what you got to lose? All right. Have a good one. I'm going to depart. Hopefully, I could put out a smaller video. I got like 5 of them backed up right now, but I'm going to start spitting those videos out shortly. So, you guys have a good night, and I will talk to you later. Bye.
Good night.
Good night.